JT and Phillip break it down from kickoff to the final slide. Every snap, every route, every block from the black and gold pride. Who rose up in the trenches? Who vanished when it counted most? They call out the heroes and the gaps, set the record, raise a toast. They map Sundays, filmed in next week's foe. Matchups, schematic stride. Which players inspired hope? Which ones need work to turn the tide? What the team needs, sharper hands, cleaner pass protection, grit. What the team lacks, depth on key downs, time and lost where yards were split. Coaching choices under the microscope, personnel plans apply. JT and Phillip give the homework, Italians is how we'll ride. Get out your terrible towel and wave it with pride on game day wide. Listen to Steelers Rewind, Sunday prep for the faithful by your side. Yinzer's tomb, towels held high. JT and Phillip lead the guide. Sports 5-0, Steelers Rewind. Study the tape, then ride. JT and Phillip break it down from kickoff to the final slide. Every snap, every route, every...
All right, good evening. Welcome to Steelers Rewind. My name is JT. I'm going to be bringing my my co-host on here in a minute. I want to talk real fast about our sponsor today. It is Gianna Via's. It's in Cassie Village. It's sort of on the way to Bethel Park. It's like in the middle between like Baldwin, Bethel Park. It's in that area, real close to Route 88. But great Italian food. But it's not just Italian food. They have wing nights. They have crab legs. They got a great bar. I got their beer, their tap list on my website. I change it up all the time. In fact, I got to change it up after tonight. They added a couple more beers. Great place to come out and hang out. Come out and get some beers, some good food with your family. So you get a chance to go out to Gianna Via's, and they are on Grove Road. Like I said, it's in the Baldwin, Bethel Park area. Other than that as well, I want to talk about, I just made an announcement yesterday during my Tape to Tape Hockey Penguins podcast that Lucky 13's Bar and Grill is going to host our 2026 NFL Draft Party. The information I have right now, there's going to be 75 people. It's going to be a nice private party. It's going to be $40 a ticket. There's going to be draft specials. There's going to be desserts. There's going to be all kinds of stuff from our the advertisers. Going to be giving baskets, doing stuff like that. We're also going to have for people who come in with a ticket, there's going to be some autographed helmets that you could win, I guess door prizes. It's going to be a great night. It's going to be like 4 or 5 of us up on the docket talking about each pick, talking about what the Steelers need, stuff like that. So it's gonna be a fun night. Doors will open at 6. Like I said, it's a private party. You need a ticket. Lots of time before then, but if you want a ticket, let me know that you're interested, and I'll put the tickets away because, like I said, once I sell 75, that's gonna be it. So looking forward to that greatly. Phillip, there's my esteemed partner, Phillip, right now. How you doing,
JT, what's up, man?
Not much, man. How you doing?
Doing all right. And you?
Wasted another Sunday or Monday. Three out of 4 weeks I've wasted a Sunday night or a Monday night where I could have got some sleep or watched a good Netflix movie instead of watching the Steelers just do their Steeler thing.
JT, we can talk about Pearl Jam, that sweatshirt you're wearing. I've been on a big Pearl Jam kick lately, to be honest with you.
Doesn't get any better than this, man. I could talk about Eddie Vedder all day long.
Oh, all
Um,
the guys. Yeah.
no, definitely they're great. That's my
Yep.
they're my kings of the
Good.
universe.
Good man. Good
Um,
choice.
I just wrote an article earlier tonight about the lackadaisical Steelers playing in Los Angeles, and looking back on that game, I mean, we took a 3-0 lead. It started when the kicker kicks the ball out of bounds. We had the ball in
Yeah.
good position, can't move the ball. Our defense comes on, holds them 3-0. Look like it's gonna be one of them games. It's 3-2. I feel like I'm watching a Pirate game. But then, man, like it's happened in the last two losses against the Green Bay and Cincinnati. We could not. I mean, Chargers were doing what they wanted on offense at a certain point. I mean, the running back Vidal was just all over us. We couldn't stop him. He was getting chunk yards, getting 8, 9, 10 yards on first down. Um, Chargers made they do what every other team does. They make adjustments, and the adjustments work. And the Steelers don't make adjustments to fight it. The quick screens were working for them. Um,
Yeah.
I
They
mean,
have a very dormant coaching staff. They let's just cut to the chase here. They weren't prepared for this game. They were not prepared. Um, and I have a lot of thoughts on that. I'm just trying to pick and choose what I really want to say here. You were talking about like the first half of the first quarter where it was 3-2. At that point, the Steelers were averaging 1.1 yards per play, and the Chargers were averaging 1.9 yards per play. So neither offense was doing anything. But the Steelers got pinned to the 6-yard line. Okay. And this is the same drive where the safety occurred. Why in the heck did they put Caleb Johnson in as running back? Why? He lost 2 yards, drove him down to the 3. I think he got maybe 5 on the next play, his second down. And then the third, I think it was third down when Rodgers was sacked / fumbled the ball in the end zone for a safety.
but dude, if I had $1 for every question I had during that game, man, I mean, I don't get it either. You have a guy just coming off the bench. You have Jalen Warren who breaks tackles, who you can feel comfortable giving him the ball inside the other team's 10-yard line, knowing that he's at least gonna break a couple. He's gonna get you positive yards. That's a guarantee. That's the one spot that I would have kept Jalen Warren in the game is deep in your own end because you don't wanna lose yards.
No.
There's a lot of stuff I don't get, Philip. There's a lot of stuff this team does right now that it makes absolutely no sense. I mean,
If
on
you didn't want to put Warren in, put Gainwell in. Gainwell didn't even touch the ball as a running back. He had 2 catches, and that was it. Kevin Gainwell is a good football player. He's a good second running back. He makes plays. The guy can play. And
Kenneth Gainwell.
he was ignored by the coaching staff, by Arthur Smith, Coach Tomlin, the entire game.
Kenneth Gainwell's a definite
Kenneth, I'm sorry, I called him Kevin.
Oh,
I do that all the time.
I do it too. But no, Kenneth is he's actually been one of the unsung heroes, I think, of the offense so far this
Yeah,
season.
of course.
He's performed. By the way, Terry, I agree with you. Happy Veterans Day to everybody out there. My dad was a Marine, so you said before that, happy
great
birthday to the Marine Corps.
250th birthday for the Marines. Yes,
Yep,
thank you to your dad for his service.
Look at this. You're getting a shout out here. Who is Rick Honeycutt in the A's had?
Actually, I kind of like that. Rick Honeycutt was a good pitcher.
He was
thank you, Terry.
He was a good lefty, man. He was good.
Yeah, he was.
I'm thinking with your mustache now, you look a little bit more like I don't know if you ever played there, but you played for the Brewers. Gorman Tom, like a Gorman Thomas.
Thomas.
With the,
if I could hit a ball like him, sure. Yeah.
Oh, I like it though. I like it, man. Terry says he liked them too. Terry, I like the A's. A's are always one of them teams that never bothered me, man. And me and Philip talked about it off the year. They got a bright future. Nick Kurtz just won the American League Rookie of the Year today, and congratulations to him. Congratulations to Drake Baldwin, the catcher for the Braves, won the National League Rookie of the Year. So as the week goes on, we'll get to hear Paul Skeens winning the second Cy Young in Pirate history.
Yeah.
Which will be,
I don't care what his record was.
Nah, it doesn't matter, man.
He was lights out all season. He just didn't have the run support.
But getting back to that game, man. I get this feeling and I'm gonna say this flat out to the Steeler fans. If you didn't read my article yet, you have to root. I had a couple of people laugh. I saw a couple smiles, laughs, like, yeah, right, whatever. Because I said we need to end this no losing season bullshit. We need to go 6-11, 5-12. We need to have a draft pick. I'm not even saying fire Tomlin if we go 5-12. See what he can do with a draft pick for once in the top 10. See if this team is in such purgatory right now. They're talking about signing Rodgers next year. That's crazy. Will Howard, give him a chance, but chances are you're going to take a step back with him too. This team is not anywhere near being a team that should win a playoff game this year. If you think they could beat, we already lost to the Chargers. Okay, you beat the Colts, but I mean, do you really think you're going to beat the Ravens in a playoff game? I mean, we got to play them
if they
twice still
make the
coming up.
playoffs.
That's what I mean. So I mean, this team is not geared up for a playoff run. And
And
if
the thing
anything,
is, they're probably going to make. They couldn't. I mean, the only way they're going to make the playoffs is if they actually win 10 games, and I don't see that happening. The Ravens could be the lone team from the AFC North that goes to the playoffs.
I can honestly see that. 'Cause
Yeah.
I mean, Cincinnati, in my opinion, once Burrow comes back, is a better team than Pittsburgh. I mean, I think that,
Way better offense. Their defense still stinks.
yeah, but I mean, do they think more than the Steelers? I mean,
Yeah,
we really can't,
They lost the game they should have won up in New York. Their last game they played, they had a bye this week. They gave it up in the last 30 seconds or whatever. I can't remember the timeline to it, but that's a game they should have beaten. The Jets, got out with a win, and they gave it up.
Philip,
That was their first win of the season.
Philip, we gave up 35 points to the Packers, who then lost 16-13 to Carolina. So
Yeah.
how's our defense that much better than Cincy's? Plus, we play Cincy head up. Which defense shit the bed? It wasn't theirs. It was ours.
Yeah. Well, here's what bothers me about the defense. I don't like the fact they play way too much zone D. They got to start going man to man. They need they just need to bring the defense in when it's obvious there's a run play. The defensive interior, they get split up. They're the other team's offensive line are consistently opening holes for the running backs. Okay, you're seeing it every game. And to me, it seems like that they're very easy to scout. They're very easy to game plan against. Okay. They got to fix that. The interior line is not playing bad at all in pass situations. Benton's up to 4.5 sacks a season. Hayward's getting his share of, some tackles. He's not playing horrible. Not playing the greatest, and he shouldn't have held out for, what he wanted, because he's still not really earning it, to be honest with you. And Watt, they threw a stat up in the game last night. He's getting chip blocked more than anyone else, more than any other edge rusher. And he's being held a lot too. Highsmith ended up with 2 sacks last night. And he didn't really do much before his first sack. He had the Steelers sacked they sacked Herbert 5 times last night, but they didn't get any turnovers. And this is part of the theme of the season. The Steelers win when they get these multiple turnovers. That's how they beat the Patriots. That's how they beat the Colts. Okay, that's 2 wins right there. And there's probably another game that I can't think of off the top of my mind where they had turnovers.
I think Minnesota. They had a couple as well.
Yeah. The game in Dublin, right? Yeah, right.
Mark,
exactly.
Mark, I agree. And this. Me and Mark used to go at it because I used to stick up for Tom. But Mark, I'm totally on your end of things now. I think it's a continual problem with Tomlin. He gets these coordinators that he doesn't want. He wants them to be yes men. There's no doubt about it. Arthur Smith is not gonna rock the boat. He's not gonna rock the boat. Guys back in the day like Haley used to rock the boat a little bit. He would.
Yeah, he did.
We won. We had good offense. I mean, he did what he had to do with Ben. But Arthur Smith is a terrible offensive coordinator. Terrell Austin shouldn't even be. He'd be lucky to be a special teams assistant or whatever in the NFL. He should not be a defensive coordinator.
No.
I think Tomlin does not want. We had Flores here. We let him go after a year because he was going to be a guy that would have been a nice guy that you could have put. You could have had him there if something would happen to Tomlin. And he's also, you're right there as well. His coaching tree looks like a toothpick, and you're right.
It's a Charlie Brown Christmas tree is what it is.
Yeah, there's
It
nothing coming
falls
off
apart.
of it,
It's not, I mean, there's just a couple of flimsy branches. So, I mean, I'm giving too much credit saying a Charlie Brown Christmas tree for his coaching tree. You were talking about coordinators. Dick LeBeau did not need to rock the boat. Dick LeBeau was the mastermind. Blitz packages left and right. Very creative. The guys were all on the same page. They tore it up. And we haven't had a defense like that since.
I mean, everybody in the world, every expert in the world thinks we have the player personnel to have that kind of defense. But I think we're proving that we don't. We can't stop the run. We cannot stop the run.
No.
And as we talked about 3 weeks ago, with Peyton Wilson, I told you he's going to go a couple of weeks. You're not even going to know he's there, and then he's going to make a big play. But he made his big play 2 weeks ago. Now this week he didn't do nothing. I mean, this team is
not really.
No, this team is very inconsistent. You don't know what you're going to get. How many games this year is the offense and defense both meshed? We talked about the Colts game. The offense didn't do great, but the offense did what it had to because the defense was giving them the ball.
They scored touchdowns.
Yeah, that's all they
scored touchdowns, but they also had great field position because of the turnovers.
Yeah, 5 turnovers.
They're not eating clock. They're not chewing up 8 minutes of a clock. From say a kickoff return to the 25-yard line, going 75 for a touchdown and taking 7 or 8 minutes to do it. I don't think that's happened yet this year. It may have once or twice, but it's just something they don't do because they don't have the players. So I was watching. I was up last night after the game. Doug Whaley, you can say whatever you want about him, but he was spot on when he said this on WPXI. If I'm allowed to say stations on this podcast, but he said the Steelers have talent, but they don't have a talented team, and he's 100% right.
No, I agree, man. I totally agree that this team has names. They have the name power. They have Watt. They got, you talk about Slay. You talk about Ramsey. And Ramsey right now, you can actually hear it in Collinsworth's voice a little bit. Like he's a safety now. I mean, he's not going to be in a position to make big plays like big. You want a cornerback. You want a guy that's going to pick six, getting away. I just feel like we're in this total funk, and we're not a good team, and it's not going to do us any good to win 9 games. We got to end this. We got to end this stupid streak. I'm not going to say it's stupid. It's the longest one ever for a coach that just come into the league. But enough is enough. If Rooney's going to want these 9-win teams that might get in the playoffs, you're going to get waxed in the first round. And that's not. Do you think Buffalo just got pretty much crushed by the Dolphins? But you don't think you don't think that Buffalo? We don't think that we're better than Buffalo, do you?
No, because if the Steelers were to play Buffalo like next week instead of Cincinnati, Buffalo's going to trounce them. They would be fired up from losing, from getting their butts handed to them to the Dolphins.
Josh Allen would just, that's our defense. Josh Allen would just go crazy on it because I thought Justin Herbert played a great game last night for the fact that he was under constant pressure. You talked about this already. He gets hit more than any quarterback in the league, hands down. There's no quarterback that even comes close to taking the hits that this guy takes. But he ended the game 20 of 33 for 220, a touchdown. And the one thing I'm going to give a shout out to my fantasy football guys, the Rockin' Renegades. Their player to start this week was Ladd McConkey because they said the Steelers cannot cover a slot receiver like McConkey. And man, were they right?
Especially
4 catches, 107 yards. I mean, it was just you can't cover the guy.
Nope,
can't cover him.
Well, what the heck happened last night with that big play? What was Eccles doing? I watched the play numerous times, but on TV it's hard to see because I don't have the actual film to see how he was lined up and how he was covering him. but that ball should have been at minimum knocked down. Okay.
But he
That
was
play
right. I mean,
sliced.
he was right. I mean, I can't say nothing about his coverage on that. I mean, he was literally that ball to sneak that ball in was it was a fluky kind of. I think it was deflected a little bit, but it's just I thought Eccles' coverage on that was phenomenal. He
He
just
was right
didn't.
on him, but I just don't know how Ladd caught that. I really
Uh,
don't.
that's just one of them great. That's one of them plays you gotta give your thumbs up to the receiver and say that's a hell of a catch, hell of a throw too. I mean, Herbert still put that ball in a tight window. I thought he played well though. That's the kind of
Yeah, his
quarterback
only
I'd love to
touchdown
have.
pass he threw. He threw a bullet, and Herbert is a good quarterback, but I'm going to say this, JT, and we talked about this before the show. They lose that game if they're playing New England, the Rams, or the Seahawks. They lose that game. Or maybe some other teams too. I don't know. But because the Steelers had so many, they I'll say it like this. Arthur Smith, the pass plays, I'm getting sick of these 3-yard passes. That's like a sports bar offense. You know that football game that you throw in the hole if
Yeah.
you're at a sports bar or if you're at Kennywood? That's his offense. He's not, I mean, you don't see too many throws, that he's going, past 12, 13, 15 yards. He
Philip,
probably had maybe
the
about
offensive
4 passes he threw past, say 15 yards or 20 yards.
Philip, I
Johnny
don't.
Smith, that was a crazy play because he let that ball sail. It was a great catch, I guess you can call it, but they reversed it. Like you said earlier, he missed Metcalf. That should have been a touchdown pass. He threw that one that sailed way above. I couldn't even remember the receiver's name because, 10 yards after him was the defensive back who caught the interception.
That was Metcalf again.
That was Metcalf. Okay, yeah. But, I mean, come on. He let at least 4 balls sail last night.
Philip, the only problem is with what you're saying. I understand, but I don't think the offensive line is good enough to even set up a regular
They
pass
can't
play in this
protect him.
offense.
They can't give him the time. So I get it. That's why he's got to throw the ball right away. But
And
it's happening too many times, and that's where they need to bring the running game in. Jaylen Warren only had 14 carries, 70 yards. He would have had more if he had 25 carries like Vidal. He would have been over 100 yards. Okay, easily. This is why I'm so ticked off at the coaching staff. Tomlin, Arthur Smith. I don't care. Give Jaylen Warren the ball, for goodness sakes. And if he has to take a break, get Gainwell out there, because I'm not saying Gainwell is going to get 5 every carry, but he'll at least get a heck of a lot more than if you throw that rookie in Caleb Johnson. He's not ready. He's not ready yet.
Being honest, I haven't seen an. I mean, I thought the offense was bad back in like the Duck Hodges days, and that this is like, to me, this is just proven. What were they doing? Like, why do you? Well, how are we at this point in the season? We're going into week 11 next week with just DK Metcalf still, and a bunch of guys that should be 3 or 4
They
receivers.
missed how many opportunities to get a second wide receiver even before the season started. I don't care about the trade deadline. They don't have a second receiver.
No, it's not
They
even
don't.
close.
Calvin Austin should have caught that pass, bounced off his shoulder pad or whatever, lands in the hands of a defensive back, another interception. That was terrible. Absolutely terrible. And if you want to rely on your tight ends, yeah, Muth caught quite a few passes last night. Why weren't they throwing to Darnell Washington? They've been thrown to a lot recently. I don't think he had a lot of targets last night. I don't get it.
I think Aaron Rodgers is at the point now. Every time he drops back to pass, he's not comfortable. You can almost see it. He's just he's expecting someone to hit him on every play. Just about. You can see he's like real antsy. And like the announcers kept saying, he does the same thing every time. He takes 2 steps up, and the linemen weren't even charged. They weren't even coming forward. They were just going right across the line and hitting him when he made his move up. So it wasn't even like the defensive ends had to even really do anything. So
Darnell Washington had 1 target. Jonnu Smith had 1 target. He had 2 targets. Metcalf had 7 targets, 3 catches. Calvin Austin had freaking 7 targets, caught 2 passes.
I mean, That's what it is, man. That's Calvin Austin is a great number 4. If you're a really good team, you have a guy like DK Metcalf at 1. You have a guy like even like a Jacoby Myers at 2. You have a guy like Tyler Boyd at 3. Then you have a guy like Austin at 4. That's if you're a good team. That's a good passing offense. You don't have
with a good
Calvin
offensive
Austin.
line that can protect the quarterback so he has time to throw.
Yep.
Yeah, it's gotten old for me, and I think I've had it with Tomlin and his coaching staff. I think
It's got to
no
go,
matter
man.
how this season ends, it's not going to end well. They'll keep him. They'll be mediocre at best again next season and the season after that until his contract is up. We have nothing to look forward to.
You don't think there's a part of you that thinks if they go 6-11, maybe the Rooney will use that as like, okay, it's over with now. Let's the streak's over. No.
3 coaches since 1969. He'll extend that. I no, it's not happening.
And I could get open more than Austin because I got great moves, Mark. I could definitely. I got good hands, so I got like fire move hands. So I'll get I would have caught that ball that Austin dropped. I'll tell you that much.
Lawrence Timmons' son, who's a wide receiver and a defensive back at Pine Richland High School, would have caught that pass.
I mean, it was right there. It was right over the middle.
It was right there. He would have caught that because, yeah, I mean, you have to remember he's, Aaron Rodgers still can throw the ball pretty hard, and he threw that, he's put that spot on. I think there's probably some other receivers in WPIL that catch that ball too, to be honest with you. Maybe quite, a good number.
I mean, it's a bad day. It's a bad game, but we're having too many of these. I mean, I know we beat the Colts.
That's the point. Too many.
Beating the Colts, beating the Patriots makes everybody go, oh my gosh, but we beat these guys. We beat them guys. But we're so inconsistent. I mean,
Echo and Hyde.
There's no way if Rodgers keeps up this pace of getting hit, he's not going to make it through the season. There's going to be a day where he just, I mean, why not give Mason Rudolph a shot? Why not just, I don't know. I mean, I know we're in first place, but we have a 1-game lead now after that. We had at one point a 3-game lead and 3.5 game lead actually early in the year. I guarantee it's not if, it's when. Baltimore's they're gonna catch us. They're gonna pass us.
Play them twice.
They're gonna. I mean, they're the best team in the AFC North. There's no doubt about it. There's a lot of teams better than us right now. We're starting to learn this. The Chargers are better than us. The Chiefs are better than us. The Broncos are better than us. The Bills are better than us.
Patriots.
I mean, even though we beat the Patriots.
Yeah, they're still better.
They're better than us. I still think the Colts are better than us. I think we got a game where Daniel Jones threw a bunch of interceptions,
and he was pressured left and right. He was hit how many times and sacked 5 or 6 times. I can't remember how many times he was sacked.
And our defense, we held Jonathan Taylor in check. He's the best running back in football right now, hands down. We held him in check, but we can't hold Kendall Vital in check. We can't. We put a lot of pressure on Los Angeles. There's no doubt about that. So our defense was aggressive. I give them that. Like, we still were putting pressure on him. I mean, every play he was getting hit just about. But they made an adjustment to do the quick screens, and they were getting a bunch of yards on them quick screens. And the Steelers have they don't come back with anything. They just play the same plays, same style.
I wish I would have looked this up, and I didn't, and I did not, and that's my fault. But how many times was James Pierre on the field last night? How many plays did he get? He had 5 tackles. He had 2 knockdowns. Who was the player he totally power drove him? I mean, this is a guy who got cut. Then he gets named to the practice squad.
And by the way, I cannot believe that. I thought for sure there was a penalty on that.
I'm surprised too. I would have thought they were going to throw a flag.
I thought the announcers were even saying like, I thought there was I cannot believe they did not call.
That was 1970 Steelers defense right there when you were allowed to do that.
Yeah,
that reminded me of that's a Jack Lambert type of tackle that he had. James Pierre, put it this way. This is again where the Steelers or the coaching staff are so blind. They have tunnel vision because this guy wants to play, and every time he's been out there, this is throughout the season, he's been playing very well. He's been playing good football, and he wants it. He's hungry for it. He has a lot to show in his mind. It's like, hey, you cut me, then you put me on the practice squad. No, I belong on the field, and he's proving it. But they're not giving him the time that he should be out. They're not giving him the plays that he should be getting. They're
Well,
not.
I think now he may get it. Slay's in
Better, because he's
Slay's
playing
in
good football.
Slay's in concussion protocol right now. Before we go, next week we've got Cincinnati, of course. Flacco should be the starter, but like we talked about off the air, Burrow could be dressing as a backup. He got the 21-day window they
Yep.
announced today. I'm not sure how that NFL rule works. I know he's eligible to come back within these 21-day window. I don't know how that works. If he can come back this week or not. I don't know what that window actually entails. But don't forget Gianna Villa's restaurant in Casti Village. I'm telling you what, man, they got about 15 beers on tap. Real good stuff too, man. Like right now they'll have some Christmassy kind of beer, Halloween, seasonal stuff. They have a wing night. They have a crab leg night. They also have like a thing going on right now for families. I think it's $160, but you get all the fixings. You get a big turkey, all the fixings. So if you want to just go pick that up and dinner's taken care of for you. They got a lot of good stuff going on at Gianna Villa's, one of our great sponsors. And don't forget, everybody, I know it's early, but I'm going to push this hard. The NFL draft party, it's going to be excellent. We're going to have autographed helmets. We're going to have 4 or 5 speakers up on the stage. I'm looking to get a pirate speaker, a Penguin speaker. We're gonna have a little bit of everything for Pittsburgh sports. Talk about the draft. We're gonna have our Philip, me. We're gonna have the Steeler dynasty hopefully on there too. The podcast. So we're already talking about what the Steelers need. We'll argue. We'll talk. There'll be some NFL draft guides that I make for Sports Bible there. So it's gonna be a great night. So it's for $40, the swag bag alone will get your money back. Then you just have a great time with your family. So, like I said, I'll keep pushing that. Philip, real quick, Cincinnati. We know that this. I mean, this is where you really get to see Tomlin now. Oh, wait, you there, Philip? I'm sorry.
Shaking my head because I'm still discussing about last night.
Nah, there you are. But this is what we need. This is where we're going to see if Tomlin makes some adjustments. You know what the Bengals are going to want to do. They're going to want Flacco to come out and throw fast, throw furious, move the ball.
Repeat of the last game.
Yeah, and the Steelers cannot let that happen. I mean,
well, I'll tell you what. Here's the good news. Number one, the Steelers aren't playing on national TV because they are 0-3 when they're the feature game at night, whether it's Sunday Night Football or Thursday on Amazon Prime. If Tomlin and his coaching staff actually wake up and game plan and know what they can do to Cincinnati's defense for starters and know how to game plan on defense, meaning let's not play some zone. I'd rather see, I don't care who's on coverage, getting burnt versus playing zone where there's nobody around. Okay. I know that sounds weird, but they cannot play zone because when they played zone against the Bengals that last game, he picked them apart left and right. He exposed the Steelers defense for what they are when they play zone. JPJ, I'm sorry. He needs to step up again. He should have had an interception last night. We didn't talk about that. Total drop.
Ball hit him right.
But, he also got away with a tug and pull where early in the game where a flag should have been thrown on him. But here's the thing. They can beat Cincinnati because Cincinnati's defense is one of the worst in the NFL. They can get the points, but they can't give up the points. They need to take the ball away on defense. The Steelers need to actually have a drive. We're going to take 7 minutes off the clock, march downfield. That's Steelers football that we know, and that's Steelers football that we should have back. That's how they beat the Bengals. I
agree. And TC, that you're right. I mean, Tomlin has been great on. I mean, up until this, he's usually really good on Monday Night Football, Sunday Night Football. I think Sunday Night Football, his bad record on Sunday Night Football is divisional games on the road. But other than that, Steelers have been really good. I mean, the only national game we won this year, I guess you could say it's national, but it's early in the morning. We did win the Ireland game, which I mean, most of the country was watching that. But I mean, I get it, man. And you're right. Too much prevent defense, man. Too much of this. Hey, we'll give up the 8-yard catch. No, you don't want to go up the 8-yard catch, man. That's why the Patriots beat us every time. The little 8-yard catch to Edelman, guess what? Them 8-yard catches, all it takes is 2 of them. That's a first down. You're ready to go again. It's like they keep giving up these little quick hitters. And the other team's running game. You're getting 7-8 yards on first down on the run. You ain't gonna stop teams, man. I mean,
Well, they have to convert on third down too, because they didn't convert anything until late in the game.
yeah, and that touchdown drive. And then you know what's funny? I sat in my room the whole night, went to the bathroom, took a piss, came back, and I heard, "Oh, Roman Bull." I'm like, "You got to be kidding me!" They finally scored a touchdown when I get up and leave. But Philip, it was great. TC, you're a little bit late to the show, but I'll give you your last one here. That's why Brady has such success. And you're right. Steelers defense against slot receivers is pathetic. Look at that's why I said my fantasy guy said Lab McConkey's a guy you have to start this week. I got to give them props. They're not always right. Don't get me wrong, but they're good against picking against the Steelers. You pick that slot receiver or a tight end. You take your poison. Even though we didn't do bad against Tyler Warren the week before, I was shocked at that. The tight end, he's putting up big numbers. But Philip, I mean, this is like, you want to talk about a roller coaster season. We went from the Packers, Bengals to the Colts. We felt, well, you know what, maybe, and then we're back down again. And chances are, knowing the Steelers, we're gonna annihilate the Bengals next week.
I hope so. I hope you're right.
I don't want to be right. I want to lose.
They have the ability to actually win most of the games. 3 games they blew that they should have won. All 3 games on national TV. Those are games they should have won. Let's face the facts. Team should be 8-1 right now.
And don't forget, we got Detroit, Buffalo. We got some games we're gonna lose.
Forget that.
2 Baltimores. I mean, this team's gonna struggle, man. I'm telling you, if you're a Pittsburgh fan and you wanna see this team sort of improve, you go for the losses, man. Don't get me wrong. It's hard to root for them to lose, but man, if we win 9 games this year, it ain't gonna do nothing good. Nothing good's coming out of that, except maybe a first-round loss to Buffalo. That's about the only thing that's gonna come out of that. So,
hey JT, one more question before we sign off. Should we send this this version of this podcast to the A's front office, and we get a suite at least twice a year in Las Vegas, see them play?
I'll tell you what, if you pull that off, man, you're my hero.
I'll run for president.
Dude, I've never been to Vegas, but I would love to go there. So
I've never been there either, and it's never high on my list for whatever reason. But I'll go out there and see the A's.
Oh, that's high on my list.
I go out there and see any team they have now, the Raiders, the Golden Knights, whatever. I don't care. But I'm a baseball nut, so I want good suites twice a year. You and I
watched Hangover 40 times. There's nothing more than I want to do to get hammered on the top of the roof, man. I'll be the Zach Galifianakis for a weekend. I don't care. But Philip, thank you so much, guys. Once again, www.sportsbible.com. Go there, check out. There's articles, there's podcasts, there's a store. The store is getting some revved up stuff too here for the Christmas season. So if you have a sports fan that wants got some Steelers stuff, you got some Pitt stuff, you got some of course some Sports Bible stuff. Get some Sports Bible gear on www.
You got some nice swag, man. You really do.
I appreciate it, man. I'm trying. I'm trying to do everything I can. Logo. I'm trying to do everything I can, man. But guys, thank you so much. Once again, every Monday night, 8 o'clock. Check us out.